Welcome to Mr. Yang's classroom. Hey class, in this lesson we're going to be finding the vertex of a parabola as well as the vertex form or the graphing form of a parabola. There will be 3 example questions. In this first example question we have y is equal to 2x squared plus 2x minus 4. Our first step would be to find the directionality of this parabola. Is it open upwards or downwards? So to do that we're going to have to look at the coefficient of our a term, which is underlined in red. If it's positive, then we know that it's going to open upwards because it's happy. And if it's negative, we know that it's going to open downwards because it's sad. So in this case, we have a positive 2x, so we know that our parabola is going to open upwards, like so. So our second step would be to find the x-intercepts of this parabola. Now to do that, we know that the x-intercepts will all have a y coefficient of 0. So let's set y equal to 0 and have that equal to the factored trinomial here. So let's find the x-intercepts by factoring. A will be 2x squared. Our c term will be negative 4. And then our a times our c term will be negative 4 times 2x squared, which will be negative 8x squared. Now our b term, positive 2x, comes down here. And now we'll need to find 2 terms that multiply to be negative 8x squared and add to be 2x. So 1 times 8, 2 times 4, and I think that works. So we have a 2x term here, a 4x term here, and we know that one of these terms have to be negative to multiply to be negative 8x squared, and they need to add to be positive 2x. So in this case, I'm going to place it right here, and I believe that works out. So we'll place a negative 2x here, and a 4x right here. Now let's get the outsides. 2x squared and 4x. What is the greatest common factor that goes into both of these terms? That's right, it's 2x. Now 2x times what is equal to 2x squared? X. X times what is equal to negative 2x? That should be negative 2. And 2x times what should equal 4x? That should be positive 2. And does positive 2 times negative 2 equal negative 4? Yes, it does. So let's go ahead and write our factored equation out. X plus 2 and 2x minus 2. Now using the zero product property, we know that any term multiplied by 0 should equal 0. So we'll set x plus 2 equal to 0, as well as 2x minus 2 also equaling 0. To solve, we're going to subtract 2 to both sides of this equation to get x is equal to negative 2. Here's our first x-intercept. And to solve this one, we're going to add 2 to both sides, leaving us with 2x is equal to 2. Divide both sides by 2 to get x is equal to 1. 1 is our second x-intercept. So here are our x-intercepts. Next step would be to find the line of symmetry, which is the halfway point between the x-intercepts. As you can see, it's negative 0.5. So x is equal to negative 1/2. Now another way we could solve this is to add the 2 x-intercepts together, negative 2 plus 1, and divide that by 2. So negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1 over 2. Right? So next step, we will find the vertex. We're going to have to find this point right here. So to do that, we're going to plug in our x value at negative 1/2 into our original equation to find out what our y value is. So y will equal 2 times negative 1/2 squared plus 2 times negative 1/2 minus 4. So negative 1/2 squared is positive 1/4. Now positive 1/4 times 2 will be 2 over 4, which is also 1 over 2. Positive 2 times negative 1/2 will be negative 2 over 2, which is 1, and minus 4. 1/2 minus 1 minus 4 will equal negative 4.5, which is why we have our vertex at the point negative 0.5, comma, negative 4.5. So we have negative 0.5, which is our h, and then negative 4.5, which is our k. Now the last step is to find the vertex form of the parabola. Y is equal to a times the quantity x minus h squared plus k. So to find our a term, whether there's a stretch or a compress, we take a look at our a term of our original equation, and we see that there is a vertical stretch by a factor of 2. So we'll place 2 in place of a. X minus h, so x minus, our h term is negative 0.5, and then our plus k, so it's plus negative 4.5. Now we'll rewrite this to make it look a little bit better. Y is equal to 2 times the quantity x minus negative 0.5 will be x plus 0.5 squared, and then plus minus 4.5 will be minus 4.5. This is the vertex form or the graphing form of our parabola. In our second example question, we have y is equal to negative x squared minus 8x minus 12. Again, let's find directionality. Is it open upwards or downwards? Taking a look at our x term, we see that it's negative 1x squared, which means that it will open downwards because it's negative, as you can see right here. Next step, we'll find the x-intercepts. Our a term is negative x squared, and our c term is negative 12. Multiplying these two together, we have negative x squared times negative 12 will be positive 12x squared. And our b term is negative 8x. Now let's find two terms that multiply to be the top and add to be the bottom. 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and I think we found it. 2x and 6x. We know that both of these should be negative to multiply to be a positive 12x squared, and 2x, or negative 2x minus 6x should be negative 8x. So we have our terms set right there. So let's take a look at this row, and the greatest common factor that goes into both x squared, negative x squared and negative 6x should be negative x. Now a negative x times x will equal negative x squared. X times negative 2 will be negative 2x, and negative x times positive 6 should equal negative 6x. And 6 times negative 2 should equal negative 12. So let's go ahead and write it out like so, with the y equaling 0 for our x-intercepts. 0 is equal to x plus 6, as well as negative x minus 2. Now, using the zero product property, we know that x plus 6 is equal to 0, as well as negative x minus 2 is equal to 0. We will subtract 6 on both sides of this first equation to get x is equal to negative 6. That's right here for our first x-intercept. And for the second one, let's just add x to both of these terms to get negative 2 is equal to x. So x equaling negative 2 will be our second x-intercept. Our step 3, let's find the line of symmetry, the halfway point between the x-intercepts. It looks like it's at negative 4, but let's check. Negative 6 plus negative 2 divided by 2. So negative 6 plus negative 2 is negative 8 divided by 2, which will be negative 4. Okay, so x equals negative 4 is our line of symmetry. And we know that the vertex is going to land on the line of symmetry, so let's plug in negative 4 into our original equation. Negative 4 squared minus 8 times negative 4 minus 12. So y should equal negative, what's negative 4 squared? That should be positive 16. So it would be negative 16. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32 minus 12. So negative 16 plus 32 is positive 16 minus 12 is 4. So we know that our vertex is going to be at negative 4, comma 4, with our h being negative 4 and our k being 4. So our vertex has shifted upwards and it's flipped upside down. So let's find the vertex form of this parabola. Y is equal to, do we have an a term here? Yes, we do. We have a negative 1. So it's negative 1, parentheses, x minus, our h term is negative 4. So x minus negative 4 squared, and then plus k, which is plus 4. Let's rewrite that to make it y is equal to negative. We can leave out the 1. X minus negative 4 becomes x plus 4 squared plus 4. Now this will be the vertex form or the graphing form of this equation. For this last equation, we have y is equal to negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 6. So our directionality, looking at our a term, we know it's going to be open downwards because of the negative 2, as you can see. Our x-intercepts, let's place 0 for y and figure out what the factors are. So our a term is negative 2x squared. Our c term is 6. A times our c will be negative 12x squared. And our b term is 4x. Finding factors, 2 times 6, I believe that works. 2x and 6x. We know that one of these terms have to be negative, so I'm going to make this one negative. And we'll place negative 2x and 6x out here. The greatest common factor that goes into both negative 2x squared and 6x would be 2x. And if that's 2x, we're going to multiply that by negative x to get negative 2x squared. Negative x times 2, positive 2, will equal negative 2x, and 2x times positive 3 will equal 6x, and positive 3 times positive 2 equals positive 6. So let's go ahead and fill this out. 2x plus 2 and negative x plus 3. So using the zero product property, 2x plus 2 is equal to 0, and negative x plus 3 is equal to 0. So let's subtract 2 to both sides to get 2x is equal to negative 2, and let's add x to both sides to get 3 is equal to x. Let's divide both of these sides by 2 on this equation to get x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to 3. So we have x is equal to negative 1 and x is equal to 3. Now the halfway point between these two lines looks like it's at x is equal to 1. But let's check. Negative 1 plus 3 divided by 2. We added these two, divided by 2. That should be 2 over 2, which equals 1. Yes, it is. Okay, so let's find our vertex by plugging in 1 into our original equation. Y is equal to negative 2 times 1 squared plus 4 times 1 plus 6. So 1 squared is 1 times negative 2 is negative 2 plus 4 plus 6. So negative 2 plus 4 is 2. 2 plus 6 is 8. So our h comma k will be at 1 comma 8. 1 comma 8. Now that we found our vertex, let's find our vertex form. Y is equal to, our a term will be negative 2, x minus h, which is 1 squared, and then our k term will be plus 8. So that's our vertex form or a graphing form of our equation. Thanks for watching.